while India and Pakistan were having a fight on 9th and 10th, in Geneva, China and USA were doing tariff wars, adjustments. In the end, what has come out to be, after the Liberation Day of 2nd April tariffs, that for 90 days there will be a pause, and USA will charge a minimum tariff of 10% and a maximum of 34%, and same thing will apply to China. Then fentanyl issue is there. USA still is using fentanyl issue vis-a-vis trade in Canada, in Mexico, and with China. They had earlier introduced a 20% what is called fentanyl tax, unless they are satisfied that enough is being done for the fentanyl. This will be charged as a duty on all the goods. Now, in Geneva, American side was led by Mr. Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, and the Chinese side was led by Vice Premier He Lifeng. Both sides were quite particular about their stands. Discussions have been there, and some kind of tentative conclusions have been there, but without a communique. And there will be further discussions. As I said, there is a 90-day short period available. Now, in parallel, what Mr. Trump has done is to do what Indians and other developing countries used to do many years ago, was to put price constraints on drugs, because they should, if they were expensive, common people could not afford, even for TB and other things, and there was a big problem. So what has Mr. Trump done is the health services of USA and also UK and also European countries have been saying that they cannot afford to buy the medicines. The prices are very, very high. And these prices are led by a handful of companies from USA and Europe. So the executive order is that President Trump is going to, which he is going to sign, if it is not already signed today, at reducing pharmaceutical prices by up to 80%, along to align with the lowest prices in other developing nations. Not developed, but developing nations. So for a change, we become relevant. Whatever is the price in our country, let's say in India, would be the maximum price in USA also. Now that generates a lot of volume, possibility, business for Indian companies, Chinese companies, Turkish companies. Now, what will be the pricing mechanism? This will require companies to sell medicines at prices equal to the lowest prices in any nation, based on prices in 20 nations. Okay. Now, this is the next step. That you take the prices hierarchy, you take the 20 nations, and the weighted average of that you take, and that becomes the price. Now, obviously, it will impact the European companies and the American companies, leading ones. Their stock prices already have got affected. Overall stock market has also gone down, because the pharmaceutical companies are the major ones funding the campaigns of presidents and senators and parliamentarians and so on. Now, let's look at the impact. This move could significantly impact the pharmaceutical industry. That's very obvious. Particularly companies that dominate high and very high segments, price segments that is, and could benefit citizens and the NHS by making medicines more affordable. Now, just looking at it like a managerial analysis, who are the key stakeholders and challenges? Pharmaceutical lobby. This pharmaceutical lobby is powerful and would try to influence this decision again. Patient rights. The proposed reform aims to prioritize patient rights. Now, that's a new category of rights and law. And then the industry impact. Reform could lead to changes in pricing strategies and potentially impact innovation, only potentially, and research in the pharmaceutical industry. Because as the genetic medicine providers make more money, sell more, then they can also spend money on the research. All in all, starting with the tariff war, it has landed up to a particular industry and a total reorganization of the industry based on the prices which can be charged. That means it's a price control. As I said, there will be a lot of noise saying that only large companies can spend money on innovation and all that, which is actually not correct empirically, but they have again a lot of think tanks supporting their stuff. So some tensions have been relieved between the two nations, and going forward 90 days they will work out on all the dots and dashes. Let's hope this is a good one. Thank you.